Manchester United were up against Liverpool. Both read, of course, the rivalry between these two clubs is currently unending in the English Premier League. At Old Trafford, Manchester United lost 3-0 against Liverpool. Despite Erik ten Hag having all the tools that he needs to work with this very campaign, he was still annihilated by Liverpool at home. Old Trafford. What is the problem of Manchester United? What is the problem of Erik ten Hag? What is absolutely wrong in that very team? Can you tell? I would like you to lend your 2 cents because it's confusing.
This one a big assignment.
Defensively, this time he didn't play 1st and 9. Bruno Fernandes playing for original position. Joshua Zirkzee up front. Rashford from the left. Of course, the guy that gave you all important goal in the previous game, you dropped him down on the bench. Started Alejandro Garnacho alongside Marcus Rashford. Quality players in that very team, but they were unable to even put one past. Liverpool, they played 3 games this campaign, yet to concede a goal.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're talking about Man U now. First of all, I think Ahmad would have started and Rashford would have been on the bench, my opinion, because I don't know what with Rashford. Is it because it's English? I don't understand. If you look at the past 3 games, he hasn't been performing. So that with Garnacho and Ahmad should have started from the wings, not Rashford. Then secondly, when this game started, Manchester United started well. They were competing. As usual, it's Old Trafford. They want to prove a point. They want to win. But one thing about football is the ability for a team, even when the game is going on, as a coach, you read the game. You pick out the weakness. Even in the match, when the match is going on, you pick out the weakness. How to. And this Liverpool side, I think I have to bring them into it. I think it's as if a club didn't leave. They continue from where they started. So they play exactly the way they attack.
They are even the way they play. Their play is totally different from what club. Like very fast and better.
Exactly, better. That's what I was telling Solofa the other day. Yeah. So I think for Manchester United, we expect much. There's this saying to who much is given, much is expected. So let us not use the Ugate's.
No.
One player cannot make any difference. Ugarte might be in this game. Yes, he may do 1 or 2 things, but see, I think. I think it's too early.
Sorry. Don't forget that Liverpool didn't really change anything much.
Yeah,
He's just the coach.
Yeah, exactly.
And just one player coming and he has not started.
Exactly. So I think I wouldn't say much. I think let's still give him time. But if the performance doesn't improve in terms of play, because to me, I don't. There's not much improvement. This is the big test. This is the test that will say, okay, you played against Fulham. We saw some last week. It was a narrow win against Brighton, and these are good footballing sides, and against Liverpool, and you saw the weakness. You saw the same match as I said we saw last week. The midfield is open. Sometimes in that game, I see it so open in the midfield that any team, and Liverpool would have made it 5-6. To be fair, it would have been 5-6. Even Salah, after the game, the interview, he said he was surprised with what he saw. He was saying he wasn't missing his word. I was surprised that it would have been 5.
He said it was easy.
It was 6. I was surprised because he expected better. And ten Hag in his interview saying different thing entirely and citing 2 trophies, FA Cup and Carling Cup he won.
That only Manchester City were ahead of him. Can you imagine that?
That's delusional to me. And most of
very delusional.
Man U fans are also delusional like him too. I'm sorry to say that, because yes, you won trophy, good. It's important to win trophies, but look at what. And Ugarte, like I said last time, there's no more excuses now. He has the tools. He has good players.
Everything at his disposal.
So now compete, and let me tell you something. It was as if Liverpool were playing against a championship side yesterday. That's just the fact.
If Manchester United cannot win the likes of Brighton, of course I call them a mid-table team in quote, the likes of Liverpool, a big side, who are they going to defeat Manchester United? Because sometimes we see managers
definitely
up against big side. Yeah. That's what they do.
They don't do that.
Up against the smaller side.
I'll personally go sack him.
See, let me tell you something about Manchester United. You see, I think Manchester, their only undoing was allowing Erik ten Hag to stay for another season, because we saw last season how they were playing. They were so bad, so poor, and eventually he won the FA Cup. And after winning that, I think that was the reason why they gave him another contract. And now you saw how disappointed it was for Sir Jim Ratcliffe yesterday, and because he was on the stand. Yeah. Yes, he was there watching the whole thing, and it was like when they scored, was it the second goal, the third goal? His hands was on his head, like, what is really going on? I gave this man everything he wanted. I gave him. He said this is one. Even to the back of staff and everything, they gave everything he wanted. So for me, Erik ten Hag shouldn't have been in that club. This is not Ayers. I'll keep on saying this. This is not Ayers.
When the game started, we saw beautiful football coming from Manchester United.
It is when it started.
When that game started.
It is when it started.
Like, United, they are weak.
It is when it started because they are playing at home.
Yeah,
yes, they're playing at home.
Yeah, exactly.
They like to make some moves and all that.
I'm talking about the game. Do you know that tactical changes or tactical know-how, it happens in the game?
Tactical know-how.
Yeah, it happens in the game. When the game starts, the coach sees the
And he
mistakes,
pass
see the flaws,
information.
exactly, and do certain. Even the players are intelligent to see what is going on.
Why would Rashford be starting? Okay, even if he starts and he's playing to that length, Rashford is not doing anything.
And the fact
Couple
is
of
that,
even Casemiro.
Yeah,
Casemiro was
the
just
fact is
giving out the
that
passes.
it was similar. It's the similar mistakes that Man U had last season. The same mistake happened.
It's still happening
The
again.
same mistake. They are open in midfield. In terms of the holding of the play is not there. Even though they have better players. So I think let them not pinpoint Casemiro. Yes, we
Exactly, I
know that
wanted
he
to come
made.
to
Yeah,
that.
he
But
made.
it's not on him.
Yeah,
It's
he
not on
made a couple
him.
of mistakes. But what about other aspects? Because it would have been more than that.
If you
Apart
look
from
at
the goal they
if-
scored, it would have
if-
been more than
if you
that.
look- if you look at the Liverpool side, when they lose the ball, you see how almost
Exactly.
everyone
They chase you to
Exactly.
get it
Yeah.
back.
they come back
to win it
immediately.
back.
Yeah,
But
the-
United,
yeah, the-
once you skip past Casemiro,
Exactly.
menu becomes very porous.
No other person, yeah, and it should not be on one person. You defend as a team.
Exactly.
You set your team you set your squad as a team that in case one you bypass one, they also have to recover. And the commentator said something that this Liverpool side, it was during the season, they are the one of the teams that is difficult to get the ball away from them.
Exactly.
And it's difficult for when
Even
they
the commentator
lose
said,
the ball,
few
they
seconds to recover the
try
ball.
to get the ball, and the same players. Look at he has even made one. You have seen one improvement. What his name? Slot has done. Gravenberg that
Became something else.
he
He's playing so.
he was everywhere yesterday, right? Probably he haven't had a goal yesterday if he did things right. So I just feel they will give him time. But with time going on, if he plays the likes of Southampton, like I said, I keep bringing Southampton because their next match is Southampton. Whether they are playing at home or
Semery Stadium.
it doesn't matter. What happens that if you don't win that match, and maybe if you struggle by winning 1-0, he will not still be satisfied because he's expected to go there and win that match. Because Southampton this
Score
season,
goals.
they are the teams that probably I feel they will get relegated this season. So I think probably they'll give him some time. If things doesn't change, like people used to say, they brought Van Nistelrooy as a setup because they know probably that they will sack him. So when he doesn't perform, Van Nistelrooy will take over. So let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes. Manchester United at home against their rivals, Liverpool. Of course, Mo Salah loves scoring against Manchester United. Be home, be it away. They lost that very game. What is actually wrong with Erik ten Hag? Despite all these tools at his disposal, does he still have an excuse? Is he the kind of coach that can take Manchester United to the next level? These are questions begging for answer. We still have a lot of games to play in this very campaign, but the fans being patient with him, the owners, he knows, are they going to be patient with Erik ten Hag? Many questions that deserve answers. Yes, unfortunately for them, Liverpool defeated them 3 goals to nothing. And a slot, playing 3 games in this very campaign without conceding a goal. Kudos to Liverpool for getting the maximum 3 points. Of course, decimating Manchester United, their rivals at Old Trafford.